Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Today I want to discuss a number of things because of the questions I've been receiving via my Twitter handle as well as through other means like my WhatsApp number. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we have very highly placed sources inside Ethiopia. We know a lot of things that are going on inside Ethiopia. I've seen many of you asking me, who are your sources? Now, let me tell you one thing. I am not a journalist, so I'm not bound by the rules of journalism. And I will not engage in that nonsense of trying to tell you what my source is. Number one, my sources are people involved in security operations. They are not armchair generals sitting somewhere and waiting for information to be collected. They are in the field. They are working together with relief agencies as well as government security agencies to deliver very vital humanitarian assistance to people in many parts of Ethiopia. They are what we call the Field Staff Safety and Security Advisors. We cannot disclose their identity because those people, most of them are ex-military and ex-police people who are committed to give us first-hand information so that we can analyze and relate to you. Consequently, that is not a debate I want to engage in. I am not going to engage in a debate for you to ask me what my source is. My sources are sacrosanct. I trust them. They are reliable. It has taken a lot of time to cultivate them. Not only inside Ethiopia, they are also there in Somalia. They are also there in South Sudan as well as Sudan. The only difference is that we do not broadcast a lot about Somalia, because Somalis, by nature, are very untrustworthy people. They are not people who you can rely on. Even the ones you know can betray you at any time. So we have had our sources inside Somalia betrayed, and consequently, we do not ask them to give us the information that relates to military operations unless it is very important and necessary. However, inside Ethiopia, we do have very good sources. Now, consequently, I want to relay to you some information that we have received from Ethiopia that relates to the operations in the battlefield. Viewers, we can confirm to you that the Third Army of the TPLF is the only standing army right now. The First and Second Armies of the Tigray People's Liberation Front and the Tigray Defense Forces were destroyed on the advance towards Addis Ababa in parts of North Wollo, Afar, and South Wollo. The TPLF has a Fourth Army. The Fourth Army is composed of untrained auxiliaries and child soldiers, and they are being used as reserves to replenish the Third Army as it continues to advance southwards, where it is also being bled by airstrikes and drone strikes by the ENDF. The only serious armies of the TPLF that were trained were the First and Second Armies. These ones were composed of highly trained officers, men and women, who understood the methods of war and the rules of war and the tactics of battle. The Third Army is not as experienced, and this is why it is unable to break through and consolidate its positions in South Wollo or even advance to North Shewa, despite the fact that it is receiving a lot of assistance and a lot of aid from the Oromo Liberation Front scouts in the Oromia zone of South Wollo and also in North Shewa, where there are also many ethnic Oromos. That army is unable to move to advance southwards. That is the position. Yesterday, sadly, the TPLF, that army, was able to enter Yelen town. And how did they enter Yelen town? They entered Yelen town because the local politicians evacuated the town, abandoned the people, and left the people to be defended by their own self-defense units as well as the Fano militia. This is something that our sources are confirming because they are on the ground. They also themselves, because they are supposed there to observe security and advise humanitarian workers. Some of them have also advised the humanitarian workers to evacuate from Yellen. That is the position, and that is the information we have. We will continue giving you more information, but one of the things we will not entertain is people trying to challenge us. Our sources are sacrosanct. We have no business. We are not being paid by anybody to give the information that we are giving. In fact, you cannot pay us. The only thing you can help us with is by subscribing to this channel. We ask you to subscribe to this channel, support our Twitter handle, so that we can continue giving you much more information and we can reach more people. That is the only thing you can do for us. We do not want to be paid. We love Africa. We love Ethiopia. We say no more to lies and disinformation and propaganda. We say that Ethiopia, being the oldest state in Africa, must prevail, because if it collapses and suffers at the hands of the second imperialist scrabble for Africa, then the rest of Africa will be game. This is why we are supporting the efforts of the Ethiopian government and the Ethiopian people to remain free of neocolonialism and imperialism. The best you can do at this point for us is to support this channel. We do not require any other kind of assistance from you. Thank you.